Okay, now while my clothes are in the dryer before I take off and do some work for the day, because it's football Sunday and I can make some money on a Sunday like this, what I'm going to do here is actually put in a little bit of practice. Give me a second here, because it seems the amp is not here, or it's not plugged in, because someone's phone is plugged in, and someone left their phone charger here. Give me 1 second while I take this upstairs, because that would be really bad that they left their phone charger on Rick and the lazy boy, and didn't bother to pick it up. So give me a second here. Alright, and I am back. Okay, so while I am here today, what I'm going to go over for a little bit before I take off, this is only going to be an hour stream, maybe a little bit less. It will be up on YouTube, but what I've done, I'm going to split the time into 2 parts. Which is going to go over cadences and different cadences for these chord progressions that I have started looking at, as well as things I'm going to start adding, little compositional devices. So we're just going to take a listen to a lot of this, right? So we can hear it, just because we want to hear a lot of these. While my clothes are drying, so we have like the plagal and double plagal cadence. So we have the true cadence always ends like an octave higher, which is why I always go. You want that higher note going up. We call that the authentic cadence. We have the pickety turn, which is like a dominant to a minor, or a minor one to a major one. Which gives you a nice little lift. What's up, Bad Delay? Okay, Bad Delay, how you doing? So you get that nice little lift. If you want something bittersweet, you can always go 5-to-1. Or even Howard Goody, Stella Silas, thank you for joining us. Then we have our Andalusian cadence, our minor 1, which is really nice to always hear. Double tritone, which is going to be really interesting. So we have like D minor, which is nice. How you doing, Sam? Or D minor to A flat, which is my personal favorite. So we have a flat 2 and a flat 6. So both the supertonic and the median can be lowered a half step, right? So right, and then we have another way of going about that. From the 5, we can take that 5 and make it a sharp 4, right? Do something like that, which is pretty cool. These are just things to look at, and so these are things that I do play around with quite a bit, but I am going to be adding a lot more of these into my playing and in terms of my arrangements. Hello there, how you doing, Switch World? How you? Thank you for joining us, viewer. And so these are definitely things I'm going to be adding into my arrangement vocabulary here. Things that I know but I haven't been using a lot. And so I have crafted little magazine books. If you do want one, I can put one together for you that consists of multitudes of different types of cadences and turnarounds. I will charge, because I did compile them. It's a pretty large compilation. I think there's 90 something plus cadences that I've put together inside of this book, from simple cadences to extreme experimental cadences that you don't really hear, and everything in between. And so, we have some pretty cool things here. We got this what they call a hybrid cadence of color, which is New Lydian Phrygian. And some cool stuff like that. Some nice little Lydian stuff there. How you doing, Steve, too? I think I'm going to give you a follow because you look like a musician. Yes. I'm going to follow you here. How you doing, Hayden? Thank you very much. Thank you. As we go over these cadences. So these are some pretty cool cadences, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them are very jazz-based. stuff there. We also have like some what we call open fifth chromatic cinematic closure. You know, I like trying to make things that sound like a movie, you know, when you make it, which is always really cool, because to have that sort of like impression that it's like a film as people are listening to it, I feel like is like a really cool thing to sort of have. You know, so like an example of that is like a C5. Maybe I'll put the 5 on the bottom. You know, and then we get like an F9. We add 9. Right? You know, this is definitely like a Hendrixian thing. Hendrix did this a lot, you know. Type of things. So it's a cool thing. Now you can see like it's a really well used, well sort of utilized sort of style and sound that's being utilized. That's more of a fusion bass. These are things that are going to be like compositional devices to just use. And I now have like a massive book of them. 7 of them, in fact. 7 different books. Hi, Danny. Thank you so much, Hayden. You know, just massive catalogs of books of information that I can just now add and share and give out. And so, because they're all compiled, I compiled them all. This will just give a good opportunity for people to utilize a lot of these, and I made sure to compile them. I wanted to make sure that I had them all to look at. We have some really interesting ones here too, ones I want to sort of get into by looking at my full compositional matrix tail here. So let me actually go in here and go into the folder here. It's called New Guitar Concepts and Workouts. They're arranged in order here. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 are actually made as Word documents because there was a whole issue trying to get them to print out. Let's look at, this is part 4. You know, polytonal, right? So it's C major with G and 7 with G in the bass. And then we get A over C major 7. Something cool sounding like that. Which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool sound. How you doing, Cyber? You know, we also have negative harmony. You know, this one seems to go by the thirds, borrowed thirds. Pretty cool way to sound certain things out. You know, we got parallel key crossfade cadence, which is like light between dark, light and shadow neo-soul or filmic tonal blend. You know, you get C major. um, which is pretty cool. The chromatic median stuff I've always liked. Right, so you got some cool things here. Micropolarity cadence, so we can get like a G major 7 sharp 11, we get that F sharp. Right, with some cool things right there. Post-functional drift, which really is like a weightlessness sort of thing. So if you like that weightlessness sort of sound, let me thin this out a little bit. Which is also really cool. You know, the sus4, sus2. Right, so if I had the C sus, so the C4 would be here. C. So we have C4, C sus4, then we're going C sus2, G7 sus, C7 sus, G7, and then we're going down to F, which is pretty cool. Now these are just cool little ideas. Then we have like a harmonic gravity well cadence, you know, so like maybe like a C9, B13, B flat 13, A flat 7 major 7. So this should have the D note in it. Sounds super cool. What's up, Yahel? How you doing? We can tap stuff like that with it too. You know, just taking the whole chord, right? So if we're playing that F major 7 right there, I'll just show you right over here. I can hammer onto that and then hammer onto right here. This is like the stuff like Polyphia does. Like the tap on from nowhere. They got it from Pat Metheny. Tap on from nowhere. Right? this string, we're getting E, F, C, right? So that's a third inversion of the F major 7, but it doesn't have the fifth, it doesn't have the third in it. Or the fifth in it. And then I can tap on this 14th fret and slide it to the 15th fret. And then strum the whole chord down as I lightly relax the hand. And you'll get that whole sound out when you're doing that. This is like a really cool sort of sound here. And these are sort of spread out, not your typical voicings. Like this is a major 7. The 9 would have the D here. So I could play it here, or I can play it like this. Right? But it's a major 7. So I need to actually have like the major 7 sound in there, which would be the B note, as a matter of fact. You know, so I can do it like this, but rather I do it like this. Right? Then a 13. Then after that 13, we're going to the flat 6. Here's that tap. Right, which gives us a super cool sound as a way to sort of break it up. It's really nice to be able to have some of that stuff there. And as you can see, I'm just sort of pulling it out as I do it, so you don't need to actually like write it down. As long as you know it enough, you'll be fine. Just pulling something like that out from nowhere. You just have to know it enough. So we'll go over some more of these cadences and some more awesome music theory stuff too, especially if you like music, you're a big music fan. Feel free to follow. You know, you'll find that between here and YouTube, I'll be having a lot of these on YouTube as well. A lot of what I'm discussing, and it'll give you like some good pointers as the different things that we can do in terms of chord progressions and various different things. And we will be having some experimental style chord progressions that I'm going to be sharing on this channel as well. You know, I just think that it's one of those things where we really just want to get a good sound going here. You know, and you know, we got master lists for everything in terms of all the things I could want to show you guys. That was part 2. That was part 6, and this should be that should be the expansion plan, which will be part 7, actually. And actually, I should make these, actually, what was in part 6? Let me take a look here. Oh yeah, Japanese in cadence. The Baoese Prologue Descent. Which is pretty common. These are all interesting chord progressions. So these are all really cool things. And actually, while I'm here, and while we're going over these the last half of this, which is going to be jamming, because I'm going to jam here for a second before I decide to continue to make some cash over the weekend here, because it is football Sunday, and it's a good opportunity for me to go out and make some cash. But I have the clothes I like to wear, especially when it's snowing and when it's cold, are in the dryer right now, so I'm going to wait for those to dry. So I'm going to actually, while this is here put together my 7th chord list that's going to end out the chapters of this. And we're going to go ahead and include PDF. Okay. All right. And while that's going through that, and while that's working on that, oh wow, that's already here. Let's take a look at that and see what it looks like. Close. Alright, oh, it just gives me that. But what I want to do is make this and fully expand with all key signatures. There we go. There we go. And while that's taking place, we're going to go ahead and do some jamming. Barry Decker, thank you very much for joining. And then by the time that this is finished, I should have everything together for my what they call the compositional techniques. It's a book of 100 different compositional techniques and cadences. Which is really difficult for some people because it would be really hard to have to find all of those cadences. So I have just localized them for everybody, and then that way we have the full thing ready to go, and that should help with everything in terms of getting it all together. And so let me do this. We'll figure all of that stuff out later. Alright, and while that's going through that, let's go ahead and begin. And that's a bit too loud right now. Let's not blow out some eardrums here. Together, because I don't want it to be too loud. Let's generate now. I just want that. I don't want it asking me 1,000,001 questions. There we go. finished, I guess. Let's see what this looks like now that it's fully done. That's cool. That gives me absolutely every single one of these. You know. Which just makes this very good. You know, especially when I can go like do stuff like that. Start getting those things mixed. I think I'll do one more jam here, and then my stuff should be dry, and I'll be able to get it out of the dryer and go get started with the rest of my day, which is what I am going to do. Let's see. We have to have some pretty cool fusion jam tracks. They're sitting around. Sitting around. Thank you very much for the 670 hearts. I appreciate it. That is a very, very, very cool thing. That means that you guys dig music just as much as I do. Yeah, man. Let's do this modern C minor jazz thing. do a quick short stream, mostly because one of the streams I did earlier this week was sort of ruined because it didn't actually pick up the sound. So I just decided to do a quick stream to take care of it for this week. Thank you, Charelle, for the 670 hearts. That's actually fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and break this down and put this on YouTube and then get started with my day. So enjoy, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Enjoy Football Sunday.